Our personality is also influenced by our experiences as well. So it's like I can't say or try to narrow it down to one thing. And from artist to artist, that's a slap in the face, goddammit. Like, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't narrow things down. You know, we don't try to fit into a structure.
Don't hold back how you feel. Welcome to the platform for the misunderstood and creatives alike. So roll a joint and pour a shot. You're listening to the Dash It Out podcast, the show that brings your after hours talk to daytime. No wrong opinions and all unfiltered. With your host, Vic Tor.
We're definitely going to get into it. We're going to get this popping. I'm your host, Vic Tor, and this is the Dash It Out show. Woo! Can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that. Nah. Yeah. Everyone needs a little bit of excitement in their life or a little bit of time to like chillax and relax. Get away from their hustle bustle of their day-to-day life and remind themselves that they're the boss. And being the boss, to pay the cost, but you pay the cost to go on a excessive yacht party and travel, start to see overseas, see and oversee projects and see everything and seize the moment, seize everything, seize the salad, all that good shit. So yes, will be joining us very shortly. This will happen when you're gone from the for so long in the podcast here. Please experience setback. But anything in life, please experience setback. But here in the Dash It Out show, there was definitely a minor setback that was a bit fucked up and traumatic. But it's all about the bounce back. It's all about the bounce. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh. Yeah, so welcome to the Dash It Out show. This is the show that brings your after hours talk to daytime. Okay? Well, yeah, to daytime. I'm your show host, Vic Tor, and today we are joined by our new guest, Jasmine Dean Andrews, an award-winning screenwriter, director, film score composer, there's more, and the published author of Sullied Bride. And she's here with us today on the Dash It Out show. So, with that being said, let's get into it.
Everything sacred and holy, would you please shut your yapper?
I made this possible for you. For you. I do, we're my thing. We're my love. Where's my understanding? I just see you. Anywho, but okay, so, how do you feel about round 2?
I feel like it's just like take 2. Anything else, like if you don't get it right the first time, just do it. We don't have to do 20 takes, but we can get it the second time around.
Exactly. Monster artist, I knew that you could we doing that. I was like, okay, I really hope that the show is quirky, crazy, and chaotic, okay? And I love every bit of it. So, once again, I'm going to reintroduce you. This is our guest, Jasmine Dean Andrews, okay? An award-winning screenwriter, director, and also a film score composer, and an author of the Sullied Bride. Okay. So, we enlighten the guest with a little bit about it.
So, yes, when I was a teenager, I wanted to act. I wanted to be in film and perform as an actress. And I wanted to see and what I wanted, how I wanted to be portrayed. And then slowly by writing and getting more experience in that, my goal shifted away from wanting to be in front of the camera to being behind the camera as a writer and director.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
What was it like getting your first win for paying myself? Myself.
I mean, it was a really amazing experience because and a lot of times I try not to define myself by how other people perceive what I'm doing, but it does feel good to get recognition. And the fact that the win was for best ensemble cast. So I felt like it was a real group effort because it took everybody working together, because the story is not just one main character. It's a group, and that the way their lives interconnect and the way they affect one another. It was just, I felt like it was a win for everybody involved. And it wasn't just about me, but it was like the work that we did as a group. And that was something that I really treasured. And, it just felt great.
Okay. I know that's right. So what's the presence like for Virginia Black Film Festival? And it's in Virginia. It's in Virginia, obviously, right?
Yes.
And I know that when we spoke previously, you said from Hampton, Virginia.
Yeah.
Because you might DMV sister, DC,
Yeah.
Maryland, Virginia, DC here, Virginia there, and yeah. So like what was that whole experience like? Did you network? Did you collaborate? Did you meet new artists? Did you meet new directors? Did you meet anyone that was, should I say, influential to your growth as a director or just a well-rounded artist?
I mean, everybody was there. I mean, Representative Bobby Scott was there. Mayor Donnie Tuck was there. They showed the film Kimba, which was about this girl who was involved with a man who was selling drugs, and she ended up going to jail. And it was this whole process about her getting justice out of the situation, which is kind of similar to the themes of my film. And I know that when I was at Hampton, because I attended Hampton University, they told this story as part of the University 101 course about just how much danger you could be in just being involved with somebody who was into illicit activities. And so just the connection between Hampton University, her story, and that film, it was just a huge event. And then, I did meet other filmmakers. I met other female film directors, and I got to connect with them. And it was just fun too, because I like going to film festivals anyway to watch the different films that people have made. So it was just an overall great experience, and I just like connecting with everybody there.
Good question. Did you know that she was nominated, or was it just like a huge surprise to you when it happened?
I knew I was nominated. So yes, because we were actually nominated in 3 categories for Best Drama, Best Cinematography, and Best Ensemble Cast. So it wasn't a shock, but it was it was nice that we won, and especially in the Best Ensemble Cast, because it was like everybody gets to share that.
Okay, so you walked in with your fingers closed, and once you heard the news, it was like hands in the air. Like, real though, that's definitely that's a moment. It's definitely a moment.
Yes.
Okay, so quick question. So I know I've read on your website, okay, because I'm a stalker like that.
Well, I did hand in information, so it's like I made it easy for you.
Yeah.
I had to work for it.
I did my own research. Stalker may be a strong word. Did my own research. And I know there was a one quote that I came across on your website, okay? And it said, religious abuse is abuse administrated under the guise of religion, including harassment or humiliation, which may result in psychological trauma. And I just want to know, was this the premise for the inspiration of Sullied Bride?
It exactly was, because nothing's more important than your relationship with the Messiah, or reconciliation with God, and your connection to your Creator. And that relationship has been abused by this middleman that has come in with all of this false information, all these people who are just trying to rob you and take your money, all these people who are trying to use the gospel as a way of mourning over you. And I was like, I don't want people to be estranged from Messiah, from Yeshua, because of a lie that somebody else told. So that was the whole inspiration about Sullied Bride, where we're going to clean this mess up.
You say Yeshua?
Yeah, because Yes, because when they translate the Bible, they got Jesus. There's no J in Hebrew, but yeah, when you study his name in Hebrew is Yeshua. That's what his mother called him, and so I have studied a little bit of Hebrew, and uh, that's how you also get to the roots. Yes.
So study to show thyself approved. That's definitely in scripture there as well. And my father, who also had the deep in the faith, I'm feeling deep in the faith as well. But my father got me and my sisters informed of, the original spelling of Jesus and the Most High and the correct pronunciation of his name. Okay. And considering that there wasn't no J's in that time, and then in the Hebrew, it was more of a Yah, it was more of a Y. So It was like, it was a lot of misconception that's been pushed through media. And I find that very interesting, considering we was talking about previously how submit was taken out. Submit was never in, but it was promoted and to build up this male hierarchy and control, destroy, and kill. I mean, there's only one person I know that does that, and that's the Big D.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I found it very interesting that you're very religious, but at the same time you are inquisitive, and you're able to take your own life and to create your own vision that not only benefits you, but also inform and enlighten others. And that is something that's one of my strongest takeaways from you. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, look, we're going to do this interview. I don't care what happens, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of that matter. Okay. None of that matter, And so I'm so grateful for you to be here today. And I really do love the fact that you're so well informed, and you're willing to inform others. That's beautiful. And you inform others with your art and your creative nature, and also your beautiful demeanor, godly presence. And I love it. I admire it. I definitely tell you that for a fact.
Thank you.
So, what are your influences, or who are your influences to start you in this particular field? Like, who inspired you to become a film director, to become an actor, to become, to be an author? Like, who is your influence? It may not be one particular person, but who are your influences?
It's a lot. I'm glad you add the S on that, because it's so many. Because it was, you have like the faith base, because you had the movie The Ten Commandments, and it was just this epic film, and I just loved it when I saw it the first time I was a kid. And even just stuff like, like I'll just say it, like Michael Jackson, he's a huge inspiration for me, because yes, because just seeing him, and I is like just instantly fell in love. And then like the first sheet music that I ever learned on the piano was I'll Be There. And so like when I'm going through the lyrics, and it's like, we must bring salvation back, and I'm like, what is that? And so my mother, we got a dictionary, and it's like, you know what salvation is, right? Well, no. And we looked it up, and it's like, that's your savior. Like, that's what a love story is. Like, that's what it means to be loved by Messiah. So just all of these different things. Then I would say, like, I love the original Star Wars and Indiana Jones. I like Edward Zwick as a director, because he directed Legends of the Fall and The Last Samurai. So I liked all of these epic films, and just like the stories that they told, whether it's like science fiction or action, and these war stories, and so those, so it's a lot of different inspirations. Like I would even say Purple Rain was a huge inspiration for me, because I just
that's my mother. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So sorry. I had a little moment there. But
no, because bring up stuff. It just comes up.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, that's the reason why I said influencers or influences, because there's one thing that makes you who you are. Like, for instance, our personality is a compilation of our experiences. Our personality is also influenced by our experiences as well. So it's like, I can't say or try to narrow it down to one thing. And from artist to artist, that's a slap in the face, goddammit. Like, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't narrow things down. You know, we don't try to fit into a structure that's not really, it's not even designed for someone of our caliber to fit in, because we are creatives. You know, we step outside of ourselves to to create something different, to bring something different to the table. So I definitely had to rephrase that question, just because, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, so another thing, like, far as everything that's been going on, you know, you're a director, you are author, you are, you have so many projects going on. What are any new projects that you're working on now, or what is something that you're thinking about working on in the future?
Yes, so I have a film that's in development, and I know I've covered a lot of women's issues, but now I feel like I've been able to get back to my roots because it's sci-fi, and so it's a psychological type drama about what people would do in a potential global disaster, and who is it going to be? Is it going to be survival of the fittest or survival of the righteous? And that's somewhat of the theoretical question that's put before them. And, you know, I don't want to tell too much about the project or give it away, but
I'll spoil it, John.
One of those things people are going to look at, and they're all going to be talking about, well, what would you do in that situation? It's like, what are you going to do? And it's like, you know, people have to look at themselves. Like, would you do the right thing, or would you take the quick path?
No, seriously, that's interesting. That's intriguing. No, for real. That's kind of, it's, you know, they say, like, art imitates life, life imitates art. It's kind of similar to that, because we always, we in a constant battle every day of our lives. Every day, temptation is here. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I curse my manager out and smack his ass in the face, or should I just be submissive, understand, respectful, although it's not in my best interest to stick around and deal with the mental, emotional, psychological abuse.
Right.
I definitely love what you're going with. Definitely love what you're going with, creative-wise, with your new project, and I'm wishing you best of luck in endeavors. You almost gave a little spoilers. Dang it, y'all! We almost got spoilers. Oh, we didn't get it. We didn't get nothing out of her. We didn't get nothing out of Jasmine Dean Andrews. Not now, but we will. We will. Next time, I'm gonna go a little harder on you. Yeah. So speaking of, you know, this, taking the other route besides, you know, being an a-hole, and kind of like, you know, taking a high road, should I say, taking a high road. Do you also work for the communication specialist for Transitions Family Violence Services? Can you please tell the audience about that?
Yes. So I created a series of short films for Transitions when I was working there as a communication specialist. And it was about domestic violence awareness, because domestic violence is not about anger or somebody, like you said, you can get mad at your manager and you just want to smack him upside his head. Domestic violence is a pattern of behaviors to exert power and control over another person. And this is not the same thing as being angry. And a lot of times people don't really know what domestic violence really is, or that they're even being victimized by it, because sometimes people go from a toxic family to a toxic relationship. And because they're so accustomed to experiencing, you know, being put down or being even physically abused, that they don't even recognize it as abuse. Or especially with women, African-American women, since African-American women are more likely to fight back, they won't really perceive it as domestic violence. They'll just say, we just had a fight. Yeah, exactly. And then, you know, Black women experience domestic violence at a rate 35% higher than a national average. So it's a pervasive problem, but people are not necessarily aware of it. So teaching people about the signs and what they can do to get out of it, make a safety plan, that's part of the communication that I did for transitions, was to just educate the population by using the media, making these short films and just creating different information blogs and posts about what domestic violence really is.
Hey, look, you're using your platform to bring good into this world, and there's no better than that. That's beautiful. There's nothing better than, well, so let your light shine so the Father in heaven may see it, to simplify it, okay? And you're doing that and then some. So for that, I'm grateful, and I give you applause. Applause. Applause.
Thank you.
The sound effects. Sound effects. That's cool. I'm going to add them in later. But yes, so for the most part, it's been a real nice chat, like always. And once again, it's coming to that time. So can you tell the listeners and everyone where they can find your works?
So you can find my work. You can visit my website because it'll be updated, sulliedbride.com, SULLIED bride, BRIDE, sulliedbride.com. And you can find my film, the most recent one, Then Sings My Soul, is streaming on Amazon Prime and Tubi TV and other platforms. And Then Sings My Soul is also available on DVD. So if anybody out there still has a DVD player, you can get Then Sings My Soul on DVD. All my other films are also streaming on Tubi, and so you can just look me up. And I'm on Facebook at Sullied Bride, so Sullied Bride, just look that up. Or Instagram, my full name, Jasmine Dean Andrews, and you can follow me there too.
Distributed everywhere. And all this information will be laid down in the description, or wherever the description is nowadays. It's always interchanging, but all the information will be there. And guys, so let's give another round of applause to our amazing co-host, Ms. Jasmine Dean Andrews. Thank you so much for coming on the Dash It All Show. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your enlightenment. Thank you for your enthusiasm. Thank you for your motivation. Thank you for your, thank you. Like for real, you're a breath of fresh air. And there's no other way I cannot think to like start season 3 without having somebody who has influential and inspirational and blessed at you. So for that, I'm eternally grateful.
So thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So we're definitely going to conclude this episode of the Dash It Out Show. And once again, definitely been a pleasure. Once again, all the information and everything about Jasmine Dean Andrews will be linked down in the description below. Either down there or over there, wherever the description is. I think my website is actually at the bottom. Sometimes on the left, right. It's weird. But yeah, that's about it.